Hello, you beautiful people, and welcome back to episode 14 of the West Ham Save. We are very far now into this season, and it must be said that this has been a bit of an up and down time since I last met you, where of course it was very down. We didn't decide to do the Liverpool game, instead decided to do Tottenham Napoli, just because I thought it'd be more fun. We've seen a lot of Liverpool. We've obviously never played Napoli before. And also, it meant that for this Premier Division game, our team's a little weak. James Ward-Prowse was injured for a little while. We were very, very lucky that we came into a time where the squad was... where we came into the international break, so these guys are now back to fitness. Todibo can return to the squad, as Aguirre is suspended, as is Joao Mario. Ward-Prowse won't be playing there, or Sufal will. Hayden Hackney's had a good game in replacement of Ward-Prowse. I'm very proud of him. Saeed Benrahma will come in to replace Flynn Downs, I suppose. I don't really know. I'm very happy with this squad. I do have to say, everyone's playing very well. Flynn Downs come out for Jeremy Doku. Here we go. So Maxwell Cornet has a little bit of an injury. He's not really been able to get playing this season. Obviously playing alright, and we'll talk about what has led to this since we last left off. So we last left off for the game against the game against Newcastle, a 2-0 loss. There's been 4 games since then. We beat Brentford 3-1. We lost to Bournemouth 2-1, double from Dominic Solanke, and I was panicking here. We won in the Carabao Cup, not much to it. A double by Tammy Abraham was the difference. But this loss to Bournemouth did panic me. Despite the goal from Abraham, I really was thinking things aren't going well. But it all flipped on a dime. A 5-0 win against Athens, a triple hat-trick. What? A hat-trick from Tammy Abraham, goals from Souček and Hayden Hackney, who was off the bench. Then straight after that, we would have the Ward-Prowse injury, which is why Hackney came on. Another double from Bowen, double from Abraham. Hayden Hackney with a 7.2 rating. Beating Liverpool 4-1, especially as I conceded in that third minute. I've got to tell you, that was some of the best stuff in the world. That really, I'd shoot that into my veins. Give me 2 seconds here. Yeah, it was honestly one of the best performances because there was just so many ups and downs. Now for this game, Marcus Edwards is going to start on the left wing as Benrahma's not fully fit. I'm going to stick with Mohamed Kudus. Back in that number 10 role is great, and I'm more than happy to have him there as McTominay is not quite hitting the form he once had. Aït-Nouri has already gone up a star in role ability. Even though it obviously doesn't mean much, it's a sign that Aït-Nouri is improving. There's definitely reason to keep him playing. Now I could start Hayden Hackney here, however, that's not the plan, as I've just realised. Probably should show you this. We are still top of the table, only by 2 points ahead of 3 separate teams. Tottenham, Villa and City all on 26. Newcastle there on 25. In terms of the Champions League, we are currently in 8th place, which is just enough to get us automatically through to the round of 16, which is very important as the playoffs are extremely stressful, as you can face. And see, if we finished in 10th, we would be facing Manchester City. If we finished in 11th, Leipzig. You know, it's extremely difficult based on where you finish. You can be facing either a team like Salzburg and be confident, or Manchester City, Atleti. It's a bit of a luck of a draw. I do not want to rely on that, as so much can change over one game. As you see, everyone is on very similar points. From 17th to 12th is on 7, and then up to 8th is on 9, 5th on 9 points. So yeah, there's 2 points separating 7th place, 2 points separating 5th place from 17th. I'm sorry for some of the ways, it's a lot to take in this Champions League group. or league table, whatever you want to call it. It's quite a lot to take in because it really does feel like any drop point can really damage your season, which is why games like this one against Napoli are so important. Whilst we can expect to lose against Bayern, if you can get a point at least against Napoli, puts us in a great position as we face Marseille and Karabag. Anyway, let's move into this game against Tottenham. A win to keep us top of the table, a loss, and we can fall as far as 4th place. So, very important that we keep our great run of form going, though we don't think it's sustainable. It's nice to at least dream that somehow we can be a top of the table contender here after just 2 seasons with only, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, only 6 new players in the squad, and a couple of them not even necessarily out and out starters. Son here on the board. This is what we didn't want to happen, was for them to get an early goal. Thankfully that one shot very calmly over the top. And see Tottenham squad very good. Rafinha on that right hand side. The midfield there of Maddison, Basuma, and someone else. Oh, Basuma there nearly scores. Who was that right side midfielder? Rodrigo Bentancur, of course. But the main thing for me is that front three, Rafinha, Son, or Richarlison, who was linked, by the way, Richarlison linked with a move to Liverpool over the summer. That would have been a controversial move had it have happened. Bentancur here, back to Romero. Tottenham currently playing us a little bit off the park. Ain't naughty. Oh, good clean save by Debo. Porro's pace the difference though, as he's able to recollect that ball very calmly. And it is back out wide to Rafinha. Pedro Porro, Bentancur. It's an easy goal. Trubin not made all too many saves, I must admit. I did expect a little bit better from him this season. De Gea arguably had a couple more standout games, but Trubin's ability on the ball is the difference factor in that. I can see Tottenham now top of the table by a singular point, but it is those singular points that are the difference in title clashes like these. But yeah, Trubin's ability on the ball is important for me right now, at least, as I slowly develop this team to be a little bit more controlling, where no matter who we're facing, I can feel confident we can play the game at our level, at our pace, and need someone like Trubin. Maybe one day he does get replaced by someone who's a little bit more of an all-round threat in goal. But for now, I'm looking more towards the likes of Souček and even Edwards and Bowen as who to replace. So Richarlison on the ball. Finds Heung-min Son, and it is 2-0. And again, Trubin unable to make those saves that maybe De Gea would have made, but I don't believe he would have saved that one for sure. Just a beautiful goal. We're 2-0 down to Tottenham. And I couldn't tell you what needs to be changed other than something. It of course doesn't help when we are missing 2 of our key back 4. And the team is a little bit fatigued after coming back from international games. We go into the second half 2-0 down. We really... Well, do you know what? Let's slash our arms. You can't see this, but you've been terrible so far. Sorting it out. I hope that's got them riled up. The juices are flowing. That's what I want for my team. Again, something else I learned in my coaching courses was get the juices are flowing. As ain't naughty. Oh, the juices nearly kicked in there. Thankfully, Rafinha misses an open goal. Tanguy and Dombele came onto that right hand side. He's having a great game. I don't know when that substitution was made, but let's make our own substitutions now, as Kudus' fitness is very poor. I'd love to bring off Sufar, but I have no options. I'm going to instead bring off Ward-Prowse and Souček, just because I want to give Hackney a bit more game time, and I don't want to risk them being suspended or injured for the next few games, which are very important to our season. It looks like today is going to be a little bit of a write-off. The ball launch forward, Abraham wins it. Alves forward to Edwards. Edson Alves is someone who definitely could be sold in the coming windows as he gets less and less game time. He just hasn't really impressed me. McTominay, Edwards, 2-1 14 minutes left of the 90, and we have half the deficit. Big chances here for West Ham to win in this London derby. A top of the table clash, a London derby. This is the type of game you need to step up, prove your worth, as so far it's not happening. Patton Daka on for Tammy Abraham. Daka, another player who I'm sure we're fuming with his lack of game time, and Rafinha was pushed after the James Maddison free kick. It's an unquestionable penalty. Bowen also will come off for nobody. Really, I'm going to bring Edwards off for Ben Rama, because Ben Rama's a fun little player. He could maybe make something happen. It looks like James Maddison's going to calmly slot this in, and he sends Trubin the wrong way. I never really believed there was going to be a save there. It is what it is. We have just simply not played well enough. We definitely were outclassed in every department, really. I'm glad we got that goal. But this is what I mean. It does just take a couple games here. This Premier League so competitive that you lose 1 or 2 games and suddenly you can feel the title slip out of your hands. Top of the table for a very long time, and it is today on the 23rd of November that we lose it. Pretty good memory for me there. I do want to look, now that we're down in second place, at the past positions for West Ham and see how long were we top of the table for. Not that long maybe in vision, but from match week 6 to match week 10, then we dropped down to second, and then it was all the way up to 13. So about 7 weeks nearly of match weeks we were top of the table. Throw in a couple of international breaks, we were there for a couple of months. But yeah, we will come back for the game against Napoli. A disappointing loss, and it's feeling all too reminiscent of just last episode where things do not go our way. There has been some terrible news. Jarrod Bowen thinks I'm about to get sacked. So Souček, Ward-Prowse and Bowen came to me saying, "Hey, Gaffer, little Quinny boy, why isn't Soufal playing?" I went, "Lad, come on now. The better players ahead of him." They went, "Impossible." I went, "Come on now." And they went, well, the other ones went, not sure on that. Bowen went, "You against us, you don't want to lose your job." And I went, you can get right out my team. So Bowen, he's very much on the chopping block right now. I'm not against selling him because he has angered me. And if you know anything about Joey Quinn, you anger the Quinn, you deal with the bin. Yeah, get in the bin. What's wrong with me? I'm sick in the head. Oh no. I've made mistakes in my life. There he is. Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh, I looked back up. I covered my face for a second. I looked up. There's Vladimir Soufal staring me in the face, knowing what he's just done. You're the cause. You're the culprit. Anyway, this is how the team's looking. I'm going to go to full strength side because we need to somehow win. I'm not happy with Souček. Might give Edson Alvarez going to start because I'm unhappy with Thomas Souček. Yeah. Bowen starts because he's very good at football, but Thomas Souček, you're replaceable. I need to stop growling when I'm angry. That would help. That would help gain me some credibility. Is if I didn't growl every time a player frustrated me on a video game, which is essentially a spreadsheet with fancy colours. We're gonna concede. Anish Ramani, Algie Falmas. Abraham tried to break his leg, so unfortunately only got the ball. Skriniar. It's not funny, mate. Your name's Milan and you play for Napoli. You play in Naples. What's wrong with you? Marcio Politano is about to make a beautiful cross. Leaves it short to Almas. Here's Politano. Goes for goal. Turbin. What's wrong with you, Trubin? Not Turbin. Trubin is shit. But to be fair, I'm going to say something crazy here. How much of it do you think is Trubin's the issue? And how much of it do you think it's the game engine? and that the match engine isn't very good with goalkeepers in the beta. Crazy, I know. Yeah, we get this every year. I'm not too worried with Trubin. He's not going to save many shots, so I'd rather just have someone who's good on the ball. Because every single year, the match engine during the beta is quite poor. Because basically, you have, like, let's say 15 new animations coming for goalkeepers. And all the rest kind of get put to, say, if shooting from here, use this animation, whatever, right? And they would look really good when it's purposely meant to be saved. You know, like the starfish looks really good if it gets saved. Oh, we did a starfish save, that was cool. But in terms of the actual game, all the shots are obviously a little bit different, etc. So those saves don't happen, and then there's an update where they basically just change a couple of the lines and maybe how some of the animations look, and suddenly maybe the animations aren't as pretty, but a couple more saves happen. It's why you see keepers get like 7.2, 7.3 ratings. You never see them make a save, because it's a little bit easier to just say, oh yeah, he made 7 saves by the way. You don't get to see any of them. Emerson's came on because it's been a really poor game from the other guy, Ait Nori. We're 65 minutes in. I've talked more about how much I hate all Slavic players, and apparently I'm a racist now, and also the fact that goalkeepers are weird in a beta. As Kudush, see, Murray just kind of flopped to the floor there, but he could well have been offside. If it was up to me, I'd have said that was offside, but VAR will decide I was right. Bittersweet moment there for me, because on the one hand I was right, on the other hand, this game we kind of needed to win it. We are playing better football, we just need to score goals, and we will probably win a few games. Of course, doesn't help when the whole team hates me, because I want to keep playing the 40 million signing. Edwards on, McSauce on, because he always has a smile on his face. He makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. Look at that face, just beautiful. I might just put a picture of McTominay as one of my thumbnails one day. This has gone really, really badly. Ward-Prowse off for Hayden Hackney. Ramming accidentally. Whoa, I am so cool. Patson Daka is also on. Daka the Aga. No, shit, not Daniel. I was thinking Daniel Aga. Dagger. And so I said, no. I love Daniel Aga. I bet you he's still playing football. I might sign Daniel Aga, because Ahmed Ozic is unhappy with the football I'm giving him. That's why he's kind of sneakily found his way into a couple of these teams. Nodi Michele, who of course we wanted to sign, collects the ball, and somehow this game's over already. Well, this has been horrific from West Ham, who I don't think had a single highlight on goal besides that Kurdish one. We conceded in the first minute. I talked about nonsense for about 5 minutes before realising what was going on, and we've lost. Yeah, I didn't want that to happen. So puts us down in 11th place beneath Napoli. I say a lot, I'm sorry about that. Everyone's basically still got another game to play, so we'll probably end up dropping to about 15th, 16th. That's my assumption based on this is where my mouse stopped scrolling. As expected, we're in 4th place. Not too much to worry about. In all of these, it is like 1 to 2 points that we're missing out on from being where we want to be. But we're into the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, and we're going to face Leicester off screen. My goal is to beat them by more than 10 goals, because, you know, Liverpool, I feel like you're a bit mean scoring that many goals. I want to be mean. So thank you all for watching. I'm sorry today has been a bit more of a rambly one, but the actual games themselves weren't that fun. You know, we just lost and we kept losing. I didn't really want to talk about us losing, and we conceded a goal in the first minute and not a single highlight happened after then. The only thing I will check very quick before we leave is Anatoly Trubin compared. So he's got a 7.07 rating so far. 5 clean sheets, 1 man of the match. Passing ratio about 89%. Concedes about a goal a game. Compare that to David De Gea last season. We were talking about 7.12 average rating over the rest of the season. Again, conceded a bit over 1 goal a game, but his pass rate was 54%. So yeah, I hope that explains why what is happening is happening. And that might help actually. Don't know why I never thought to do that. But thank you all. Please like and subscribe if you can. I've keep on forgetting to question today. So my question of the day today is most annoying player to come out of Napoli. I'll give you the top 3. You've got to pick between these 3 players. Lorenzo Insigne, Gonzalo Higuain, or Milan Skriniar for having a stupid name. Damn you, Skriniar. No, top 5 reasons why you hate Slavic people. Oh, God. Cut that out. See you all. Bye-bye.